So we're looking at the submersible pump sleeve for the Grundfos submersible pumps. We have our Grundfos SQ or SQE pump. Either one can be used with the sleeve, and then we have the sleeve. The position of the pump compared to the sleeve is about where it needs to be once it's inside the sleeve. It's important to note that this is the suction port on the pump. This is the electric motor, and these are the impellers up here. The suction port on the pump is screened so as not to suck up any debris, and it must be placed inside the pump sleeve below the coupler that will be tightened down around the neck of the pump. You want to have the end of your pump about even with the end of the sleeve. Function of the sleeve is that it forces water to flow over the electric motor before it gets pulled into the pump, sufficiently cooling the motor. You get the maximum life out of your pump that way. Inside a water tank, the pump can tend to pull water directly above when it's laying down in the bottom of the water tank, directly above the suction screen, and not properly flow water over the motor, cooling it. So this sleeve ensures that it cools well. You install it in the sleeve just like this. Once again, make sure that your suction screen is not in your coupler neck of the sleeve. Make sure it's into the pipe. So you want to have these ribs at the top of your pump about equal with the top of the coupler. And if your pump sticks out of the sleeve a little, that's just fine. So then you'd use your 5/16 driver or flathead standard screwdriver to tighten down the neck of your coupler onto the pump. And due to the different sizes of pumps, you may have an extra shim coupler in here that would go around the pump and make sure that you get a good seal there and that the water is forced over the motor as it goes in through the pump. Another quick note on installation is that your pump should always be either perfectly level and horizontal, or the discharge can be slightly upright like this. You never want your pump to be like this, where the discharge is slightly lower than the end of the pump. The discharge is either level with the end of the pump or slightly higher. Those are the two approved positions by Grundfos. So when you install your pump in the sleeve, it will be in the ideal position, unless for some reason your particular setup of plumbing on the discharge of the pump causes it to be lower than the end of the pump by pressing it down or something of that nature. You want to make sure that never happens, and you want to make sure that the sleeve is sitting level. You could put a little bubble level on it, and if that's the case, because of the narrowed coupler, your discharge of the pump is going to be slightly higher than the end of the pump. Also, another note on installation is that the wires that come off of these SQ and SQE pumps are intended to be lead wires, and they are intended to be used with a waterproof wire splice kit to extend the wires as long as you need them. Whether the pump is being installed in a water well or in a water tank, your length of wires that you need to connect to the controller will vary. You want to make sure to get some submersion rated wire, where the jacket on the wire is rated for continuous submersion in water, and to use a waterproof wire splice kit. We do offer both of those things on our website in conjunction with this pump.